Okay, so the next step is that we are going to try to replace the Ethan character with the Fuse character, so that it will inherit all of the controller specifications and animations. So, first thing we want to do is we want to go down to the assets where you've brought your character in. Okay, so this is quite a precise process, so I would follow it very carefully, although I may eat my words when it all goes wrong in 5 minutes. So, choose, this is actually your if you click on where you originally imported the character to, you'll notice that you go up to your import settings. So we want a humanoid character, and we want to create from this model. Okay, so we've got a tick by it, which means that it has correctly found all the bones, fingers, etc. If you look in this window here, it's looking good. So this is the benefits of the T-pose. We brought it in as a T-pose. I should note that his normals are actually back to front, so we'll have to fix that at some point. That's another issue, bring it in from Fuse. So just go down here and then go done. Go back to the scene. Decided to drop us somewhere weird for no particular reason. Right, that's all fine. So we don't need anything in animation. So let me just check over here if we select. So we're basically just now in the scene. I've applied those settings to this character. In the scene, I am looking at Ethan. Well, actually, let's just move this character over the top of Ethan for the purposes of convenience. I don't think this makes much difference, but I might. Well, scale-wise, he's about right. Okay, he's probably a bit big. Let's just reduce him a little tiny bit. Okay. Right, so third person controller, let's just delete out all the Ethan elements. Okay. Okay, so you can't now adjust. They just altered this recently, but you can't now directly adjust the prefab. So let's just unpack the prefab, and then what I'm going to do is just delete all the Ethan elements out. Bye bye Ethan. So this dude's in the same position, so what I'm going to do is I am going to drag him down, which if you drag the Fuse Horror Man, which is this model, over the third person controller, it's then it becomes a child of the third person controller. Okay, so this isn't a prefab, so you don't need to worry too much about what prefabs are at the minute, but what I'm going to do is if we drag, so follow this carefully, this is now attached to this, so we've got this man is attached to the controller. If we drag this down here like so, hang on a minute, I've done that incorrectly, actually no I haven't, sorry, I just tried it out a minute ago. So the reason that's sitting in there is because I just did it a second ago to test it. So we now have a third person controller prefab, so this is what you need for it to work. So if we press play now, we now have the character animations working with your new character. So there's some slight issues with the back of his arms, I believe, which may be to do with this slightly different sizes of skeleton, but it's a pretty good fit really. So he's also doesn't appear to be lit, but we've got the character working with animations, so that was the purpose of that exercise. So we continue.